What if negative emotions are actually these powerful messages from a powerful, infinitely intelligent part of you who is just offering you guidance through your emotions? And your negative emotions are actually letting you know when you are sabotaging yourself from being the greatest version of you, from being the version of you you want to be, and therefore creating the reality that you want to live in. What if negative emotions are actually the most powerful, useful tools we've been given, that when we learn to use them properly, we can use them to help guide us into our dreams? In this video, I'm going to talk about how we can begin to allow ourselves to receive these sacred messages in the way they're being sent to us, so we can actually use them to elevate our lives to the whiteboard. So here you are, a powerful creator of reality in your life. And as we know, reality is flowing from within you. You're a powerful creator of reality, and you are creating a physical reality around yourself so that you can experience yourself as a physical reality. And you also have all of these built-in beliefs and definitions that filter reality and therefore filter the reality that you experience. So you have all of these ways of believing reality is, and therefore ways of receiving reality. So here is your reality, and you receive it through your own beliefs and definitions about reality. All of us powerful creators of reality, we have a physical mind. And in this physical mind, there's neurological pathways and networks that have all been built from our experience of life. So when we learn something, when we experience something, we grow these neurological pathways and we create our physical mind. So our physical mind is almost like a storage unit that is growing from all of the information we are collecting from our life experience. But we also have a higher mind. This higher mind is our intuition, it's our creativity, it's all of the parts of us that aren't limited to our physical experience. It's the part of us that is outside of the three-dimensional reality and has a broad perspective of existence and can see beyond your limited physical experience and think beyond your limited physical mind. So this is the part of us that connects us to infinite intelligence. This is where we receive thought beyond what our physical minds can think. And how this part of us communicates with us is through our emotions. And what creates emotions is when you experience an aspect of reality, reality itself has no built-in meaning. So reality, your physical world has no built-in meaning. You actually assign meaning to physical matter reality, and then you receive physical matter reality how you have defined it, through the definition that you give to it. And how you define reality is through your belief systems that you have installed through your experiences and your conditioning that you've been through in your life. So the reason that you might feel negative emotion, this is the higher, greater knowing part of you drawing your attention to a belief or definition of reality that you are believing, that is making you experience a limited perception of what you are experiencing. And it's letting you know that you are limiting your experience because of this belief. So our negative emotions are trying to draw our attention to whatever we have stored in the body that is limiting our experience. And quite often we will manifest situations in our life so that we can be shown our limiting belief systems. So I want you to imagine that this person is spending time with somebody who does negative things, okay? And this person knows innately that what this person is doing is negative. However, this person is still focusing on and giving their energy to this person, even though they know that what this other person is doing isn't what they want to be focusing upon or giving their energy to. They have a belief installed in the body about themselves that is tainting the way in which they are perceiving this person. For instance, they might have a belief that they aren't worthy, and therefore this belief keeps them here spending time with this person because they believe they're not worthy. And their higher mind will make them feel negative emotion to try and get them to have a look at this belief. So when you feel negative emotion, the question that you need to ask yourself is, what am I believing about myself in this situation that my higher mind is trying to draw my attention to? So let's do a situation and take a person out of this. So let's do an example that isn't a person. So say this person has a decision to make about their life. And as they look at this decision, they are perceiving this decision and they are feeling negative emotion from their higher mind. Something inside of them, a belief inside of them, is causing this negative emotion in relationship to this decision. So what this person needs to do is think, I truly know what I would prefer, because we all know innately what we prefer when it comes to a decision. We either would prefer to do it or to not do it. So if this person is considering not doing it and it's making them feel negative emotion, then their higher mind is saying, you have a belief about this situation that is making you make that decision. You need to take a look at what this belief is. What might I be believing about myself as I make this decision that is warping the way that I'm making this decision? Because this person might, because if this thing has come into this person's life, then they have manifested it. They are aligned with this thing. So what is making this person not want to do this thing? It must be a belief that they have about themselves that is making them not want to do this thing. And the reason they're feeling this negative emotion is because their higher mind is saying, you have manifested this thing to decide about, but you have a belief that is making you think you shouldn't do it. When it comes to making decisions in our life, we know innately what we truly want. We know innately what is good for us, what is bad for us. We can see it clearly. Whether you're in a relationship that you know truly is bad for you, but you don't want to leave, or whether you're in a friendship, or whether you're in a job, whatever you're in that is making you feel, whatever you're in that you know isn't working for you anymore, you know that it's not working for you anymore. And the reason you allow yourself to consistently feel negative emotions about this thing is because you have a belief that's preventing you from choosing a different thing, choosing a different option for yourself, and you are limiting yourself to the confines of this belief. You are believing you're unworthy, you're undeserving, you're incapable, you're unloved, you don't belong. You're believing something that is limiting your options. And when you discover what this thing is that is limiting you and keeping you in this and keeping you from making a decision that you know you should make, you can remove the belief. You can recognize, oh, I am only staying here because I do believe I'm unworthy, or I do believe I'm incapable. And you can remove that belief. And when you remove a belief, when you stop believing these limited things about yourself, you free yourself up. You are energy, which means a belief you have stored is energy, which means you're believing the energy of that belief. That belief is actually creating a reality where it's true around you. So the moment you unplug that belief, you actually unplug yourself from the reality in which that belief is true, and you allow yourself to move into a reality where that belief is no longer true, which means things will just naturally unfold for you, especially if you begin to practice the new empowering belief. The more you practice the new empowering belief, the more it will keep filtering and filtering into your reality, and you will set yourself free from these limiting beliefs. So this is why if you suppress negative emotions, all you're really doing is telling your higher mind, I don't want to know that I'm keeping myself limited right now. I would rather stay limited than feel the messages that you're sending me. I would rather not face the truth and set myself free and allow myself to evolve into a greater version of myself and allow a greater reality of myself to be created. I've tied all of these definitions of what it means to feel negative emotion. I've switched off the mechanism, and I'm going to stay living with these belief systems that are holding me back from everything I want, when really our negative emotions are one of the most powerful parts of our guidance system, because positive emotions that tell us, yes, you're making all the right decisions, they're amazing. It's amazing to get the validation from a positive emotion and know that you're going in the right direction and have that rush of positivity. But our negative emotions, we need them. We need them to let us know when we are keeping ourselves stuck in belief systems and realities that are preventing us from experiencing an incredible, amazing life. You are a powerful creator of reality. This is your powerful guidance system. This is what will make sure that you get to where you're going in this life. So switch those negative emotions back on, let them deliver the messages they're supposed to deliver, confront them head on, do the work, and set yourself free, and you will not regret it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Lots of love.